Benjamin Franklin once said, "There was never a good war or bad peace." I'm not sure if Billie Joe Armstrong ever heard this saying, but he definitely follows it, as he shows through his music and his personal life. In his music, we experience his political views as well as the stance he takes on the anti-war movement.
It's anti-war!
When Billie Joe Armstrong was younger, his father died, he did drugs, and he lived in a household where his mother was never home because she had to earn enough money to provide for her family of 6. His father, Andy, died when Armstrong was 10 years old. After that, his mother had to work more hours, so she had a lack of presence in Armstrong's life. He was raised mostly by his siblings. He was the youngest. This is part of the reason behind his strong family values. In interviews, he often expresses his love and respect for his family. He dropped out of high school the day he turned 18. He and his close friend, Michael Pritchard, later to be Mike Dirnt, the bass player for Green Day, would go to 924 Gilman Street. Gilman Street was a no-drug, no-alcohol punk club. This is where young Armstrong was first introduced to ideas such as Reagan is bad, socialism can work, speed is intense, queers are radical, Reagan is really bad, maybe I should be a vegetarian. All of these new, invigorating thoughts would influence Armstrong's life. From a very young age, Armstrong was exposed to music and the industry. He recorded his debut single, Look for Love, for Jim Fiatarone at the age of 5 in exchange for music lessons. After his first record, the rest is history. In the song American Idiot, Billie Joe Armstrong addresses the lack of awareness in the new generation as well as the obsession with media. The song is referring to Armstrong's opinion that these days politicians and the media are telling us what to do, what to buy, what to believe in. We are constantly being subliminally mind-fucked by commercials, campaigns, and reality TV. They turn us into idiots with no individuality. In this song, the narrator is saying that he doesn't want his nation to be turned into complete idiots. He doesn't want his country to be led by a redneck president. I'm not a part of a redneck agenda. And doesn't want the nation to be isolated and detested because of stupid decisions that the government makes. Welcome to a new kind of tension, all across the alienation. This song is an overview of the album's most important ideas, as well as a sort of warning call out to the people across America. Don't let them take away your personality. Don't let them turn you into idiot America. The song is a barrage against the state of the nation. I'm not a part of a redneck agenda. Now everybody do the propaganda and sing along to the age of paranoia. In the song Holiday, the conflict of war is addressed. Holiday is explicit as Armstrong begs to dream and differ from the hollow lies, and suggests expatriation as long as it's not to France, whose destruction at the hands of the American government is imminent. The song is aimed at the war in Iraq and 9/11, and the suffering the events bring. The speaker is anyone who has been affected by war, which is generally everyone in one way or another. He presents the U.S. president at the time, George W. Bush, as a dictator, and similar to Adolf Hitler in his use of propaganda. He uses the line, "Sieg Heil" to the president, to make this reference. The speaker is stuck in their own private misery that has been caused by war and the lies of politics that he has to deal with daily. The lies of politics in all of society is also where the chorus, "I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies" comes from. Can I get another amen? There's a flag wrapped around a score of men. In this line, he's expressing his lack of faith in his country. Amen, a biblical term, represents his faith and disbelief in it. The reference to the flag is meant to represent the United States. He is saying that the country is suffocating and restricting its own citizens and workers, especially soldiers. The chorus later goes on to a gag, a plastic bag on a monument. The plastic bag is the gag on the Statue of Liberty, or the Lincoln Memorial, or any of the other monuments that represent life, liberty, and freedom in this country. The song also conveys the idea that if anyone disagrees with the government, then the government will bomb you. The opening lines, "Hear the sound of the falling rain, coming down like an Armageddon flame, the ones who died without a name," says that no matter who wins the war, people from both sides are dying and suffering, and that war is hell for both sides. Also, the falling rain represents bombs and bullets. The word Armageddon means the end of the world, and to many, war is the end of the world. Since Armageddon is very religious, there is a connotation with religion in this line. There are flames coming down, like rain sent from heaven, which sends a real end-of-the-world message, because heaven is on fire instead of hell. This is our lives on holiday. The final line in the song, and the chorus line emphasizes how our lives are on vacation from reality, and how we just sit back and allow the media to feed us the hollow lies of war, and how no one will vote for change. The line also symbolizes what happens when everybody becomes apathetic towards their government and doesn't force it to be accountable for its actions. If we stay on holiday, we might as well learn to live with the oppression and lies. The song Know Your Enemy is a rallying song. It's about liberating yourself from a lot of crap that you see on TV. Know Your Enemy is about fighting and rebelling against those in power and showing that you are in control. It's about never giving up on what you believe in no matter what happens and doing everything you can to get your point through. It's a rock anthem urging people deep down in the demons of their souls to truly know who their enemies are and not to shy away, but fight them for the betterment of our society. Also, the speaker advises that staying silent and not fighting our urgency, let alone our enemy, is a crime. Silence is the enemy against your urgency, so rally up the demons of your soul. People rationalize and don't care about or even want to deal with these problems they have. They refuse to even see who truly is hurting them. List the lines, do you know the enemy? Do you know your enemy? Well, gotta know the enemy. It keeps repeating how important this cause is. It's a song that's trying to give power to the people by fighting against the ignorance in them. That is politicians' best weapon. Ignorance in the voters. Politicians shouldn't hypnotize the public with shiny things, superficial and pointless arguments where the image is being sold. Moreover, they shouldn't be able to, but people are so easily persuaded now because they don't want to think for themselves. The song is revolutionary, anarchist, but it's also a call for the people to make things right. The song lodges a full-spectrum protest, even calling for a revolution, at a time of relative national unity. Billie Joe Armstrong uses his musical fame and general celebrity status to promote his political beliefs, view on war, and opinion of the media. Armstrong pleads for people to stop letting politicians and TV think for them, and to use their own minds. He imposes his stances on certain issues, such as war and politics, to get a reaction, whether it's a positive or a negative one. Armstrong's main emotion used in his lyrics is anger, with a tone of urgency. The topics that Armstrong addresses are similar in many of his songs, so it's as if his albums are like persuasive essays. Each new song is another reason, or paragraph. He addresses the fact that war will be an eternal fight unless enough people not only are against it, but until they actually do something about it. Politicians will always be feeding the electorate lies, so it's the voters' job to see through those lies. Billie Joe Armstrong once said, "We don't want to tell people what to do or what to think. We just want to tell them to think."